It's shoot day, but first I have to vacuum my what's this thing called? First I gotta vacuum my studio. Sometimes I wish I had a longer lens. Not longer, wider. A wider lens, because you're so far away right now. I don't know why I can't talk today. Actually, speaking of wider lenses, before I explain the shoot, last shoot I realized that I need a different lens for my Mamiya RB67 because last shoot, when I bought my Mamiya 1 year ago, it came with the 127mm f3.5, and that equates to f3.8 technically, and that equates to approximately 63.5 millimeters in full frame 35mm lens equivalent. And so that's kind of tight, especially you guys already saw how small my studio is. So literally like right after that shoot, I went onto eBay and bought myself this new lens. It is the Mamiya 65mm f4.5, and that equates to approximately 32.5 millimeters, so twice as wide as the 127mm. So hopefully with this lens, when I use it today for the shoot, it works a lot better. I mean, I know it's gonna work a lot better because it's so much wider and I can capture the scene better. There was an issue though. If you see right here, if you see that right there, yeah, I had to cut open my RB67 because this lens got stuck. I put it on incorrectly. I think this lens is a bit temperamental as well. I'll get to that in a second, why I think that. Initially I did put it on incorrectly, and when I tried to tighten it, it didn't tighten all the way. So obviously I tried to and I know that you have to cock the shutter so that you can insert the lens correctly. So it was cocked, but I put it on incorrectly. So I tried to tighten it, it didn't tighten all the way. So I tried loosening it, and it wasn't loosening. So there is a way to get your lens unlocked. However, you need to take off the leather right here, and there's a little hole. There's a little hole in there that you stick a paper clip in, and then you push back this lever, and you are able to unlock your lens. Now, unfortunately, I have the Pro S model, so it comes with the Pro S badge right here, but I also had to take that off. I can put it back on, but I need to find the correct stuff to glue the leather back on, and I just haven't looked for it yet. But the lens is on properly this time, and we should be able to shoot well with it today. Now, going back to it being a temperamental lens. Okay, well, it's not doing it right now, so maybe it fixed itself, or it just needed to get used a little bit. But whenever I had it, when I first got it, I tested out all the shutter speeds to make sure that it was all working properly. But when I was testing out around ½ a second and 1 second, it would stay open. The aperture would stay open. So after the 1 second or ½ second, it would stay open, and if I had film in here, the film would still be getting exposed. So I didn't know why I was doing that, but it actually looks like it kind of fixed itself now. So that's nice. And with it being a 4.5 aperture lens, I went to buy Portra 800 today so I can have a good amount of light, but they were actually out. So for today's shoot, we are going to be using, I still have a roll of Cinestill 800T, so we're going to use that again. And we're going to use some Portra 400H. Push it a stop to 800 and see how that turned out. Luckily, my local shop that I buy the film at still sells Portra 400H. They are completely out of 35mm, but 120, they're still getting that. So every time I go in there, I try not to buy another pack, but that didn't happen today. I bought that other pack you just saw, even though I have the other one. So now I have two, and it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm using one today. I'm using a roll today. It's fine. Okay. I had to bring this stuff down here, and I'm winded. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So yeah, I've had this idea for this shoot for well over a year now. A year and a half. Well, what month are we in? Yeah, almost close to a year and a half. But now, today, I'm actually going to be able to do it. I have this bag completely full with some sugar, red sugar to be exact, and that's what we're going to use for the shoot today. I also have some more like pink bluish type of sugar, and then also some salt, some red and blue rimmer salt for like drinks, like margaritas and stuff. So this will also be used today. So yeah, I've had this sugar sitting in my house for over a year now, and now I'm finally going to be able to do this concept I've had. I'm just hoping it turns out good. Yeah, I won't be able to record as much just because of the concept, and it's not YouTube friendly, but I will try my best to get whatever I can. Already messing around with the sugar here, but the model has arrived. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm Dizzy, and this is my second time working with Isaias. First time we worked together was a year ago today, which is pretty wild. So super excited to get messy, creative, and make some cool stuff with
sparkles. So yeah, it is actually pretty crazy that a year ago today we shot for the first time. We didn't plan this or anything. So hopefully today we can make some dope stuff again. Getting everything ready. She's getting herself ready, and then we can start shooting and create some spicy stuff. Gonna load Pro 400H in first. Pushing one stop.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I decided not to go back to school again.
Yeah.
After that.
Yeah, you choose university, here we come.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where I've been ever since then. But let me tell you, this sugar, it's working out much more, it's working out way better than I thought it was going to. It's pretty intense.
Ooh, look at it dripping.
Loading up the Cinestill 800 now and getting more sugary. We have wrapped, put in 3 rolls of film, 2 Cinestill 800T and wait, what? No, 1 Cinestill 800T and 2 Portra 400s pushed to 800. I think it went well. Thoughts?
Yeah, turned into like an alien prom situation.
Yeah.
And that was fun experimenting.
Yeah, we're all mostly cleaned up now.
I'm cleaned up.
Yeah, it washed out.
My hands are red too, a little red.
Overall, not too bad. 10 out of 10. Gang gang.
Would do again.
And here we are, also 9 months later, also after shooting the outro of the previous video. 2 videos, outros, shooting right now back to back, because I may or may not have this camera anymore after tomorrow. So I gotta make the most of it and actually finish these videos. But yes, here we are. That shoot actually went really well. That's actually been one of my favorite shoots. Like I explained earlier in one of the clips, I had that idea for a very long time. I had that sugar. Actually, I still have the sugar just in case I decide to use it again. But I finally was able to use it then, and the pictures actually came out really good. Now I know you guys didn't see any of the pictures earlier because, again, I didn't shoot that BTS because of what I was shooting, but we'll go through some right now, some of my favorites, and we'll just admire. So this one right here is definitely one of my favorites. I just love how the sugar looks on her arms and her face. At this point we did cover her face as well, and you can just see the texture of the sugar on her, and also we added the jewels to her makeup, and it just all worked really well together. And this is another one of my favorites, even though I had my shaky hands, but I actually think that kind of added to this picture. And even though I got the wider lens, so I could shoot at a lower shutter speed, which I was shooting at 160, and again it's 65, I can't remember right now. 160 shouldn't be too bad to shoot handheld, but apparently I have shaky hands. I don't understand, because this was shot with the wide angle and it still came out blurry. So I don't know what's going on with my hands. But anyways, this shot actually came out really good. Again, the shaky hands actually helped in this case. And the last one we'll look at right now is this close-up of her licking her lips, her blue lips. The blue is actually just lipstick, and then we put the salt, I believe that was the salt I was talking about, on her lips there, and it's out of focus, 1, and 2, it might actually have some motion blur for my shaky hands again. But however, this one, in my defense, I did actually use the 127 for this one, so I can get a nice close-up shot. But besides that, I was trying to imitate Tyler Shields, one of his pictures that he took. I think he has a whole series on just close-up of lips, and I was trying to imitate that, obviously within this shoot and my own idea I already had for the shoot with the sugar and everything. And if it would have been in focus and a little less motion blur, I think it would have came out really good. But you know, you win some, you lose some, and you just got to see the beauty in your mistakes as well. But if you guys want to see more pictures, go ahead and head over to my Instagram, where I did post some more on there, link down in the description. Also Dizzy, Aurora, her links will be down in the description as well. Go check out her page. Shout out to her for helping me with the shoot. Also shout out to the wide angle lens, the 62-65. I can't remember right now what it is, because ever since then that's probably my most used lens. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know down in the comments about anything really related to the shoot, or just in general of my process or whatever. Let me know. And now I just got to figure out what to do with the rest of the sugar and salt that I have left over still 9 months later from this shoot. But until then, I hope you guys have a great day. See ya.